Welcome to Holding Space. Michael Zinn is a visual producer and creative photographer using his imaginative visionary energy to channel Zen and hold space for spiritual and innovative discussion. Each episode creates a supportive, accepting, and open environment that allows exploration and expertise to come together with engaging and entertaining convergence. With guest and community all helping the shape of the way, Michael is grateful to be together to hold space. Now here is your host of Holding Space, Michael Zinn.
Yes, here I am, Michael Zinn. I feel like I almost got a flashback at that moment of like the Tonight Show. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, and here I come out, holding space. Can you believe it's Tuesday already? Tuesday, April 1st. It's April Fool's. I know a lot of people are probably out partying for April Fool's. I don't know who's here today, but I want to say welcome to my space that I hold, usually for guests and for the audience, but tonight is going to be a little different. I see Ninja Kitty out there. Ninja Kitty, it always makes me smile to see you say, "Hey, Mike," because you've been here watching whatever it is I'm doing for a long time and appreciating it and always encouraging it. And so, namaste to you, Ninja Kitty, and Hat Powser. Awesome, great to see you. Welcome, my ascending fractal wonder. I love that so much. And the Quiet Healer, welcome. I love seeing you as well. And Helen Wagner, good to see you as well. Oh my goodness. It's a party tonight here on Holding Space. We're holding a space party. I hope you guys have your space outfits on. Arnie Layton, good to see you too. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Setting up the stage for tonight. So this is really interesting. I am having a good week with the universe. Last night I had an amazing experience with Carolina Luna, who is working with a company, and oh my goodness, it's WebWorks. I forget the name of the company. I can't believe it offhand, but I'll get the name. I'll put it up. But anyway, we went into the city to cover an event with Walt Frazier, who is a famous basketball player, and he was a sports announcer too, and Sam Rosen, who was a very famous sports announcer. Now, I'm not a sports guy, so I knew who Walt Frazier was. I didn't really know who Sam Rosen was. I kind of recognized him when I got there, but it was such an amazing event. I'm not a big person. I don't love traveling into the city. I'm not a big city person, but Carolina was gracious and drove, so I just had to get in her car and get to the city and start to cover this event. Everybody was so gracious. It was so easy to do what I do, excuse me, which is why I decided to hold space for myself tonight, because I've been so busy just trying to make it day to day that I haven't really had a lot of time to get my calendar going. So Michael Christopher's out there. What's up, Michael Christopher? So I didn't have a guest set for tonight, or I had one, but it was tentative. Anyway, regardless, here I am. I'm about to hold space for myself, and I'm just kind of welcoming everybody. Something that I've been doing, I don't know if it sounds a little bit different to you. I would love some feedback, participation, not literal feedback like amplification feedback, but feedback on how it sounds. I've got my bowl here, and speaking of my bowl, I'm going to just kind of clear the space. This has been a really great experience from the first time I picked up this bowl in the shop and hit it, and then kind of vibrated it, and it got so loud. Somebody from the other room walked in and said their eyes started watering. I had a connection with this bowl, and Janice, the Quiet Healer, picked it up for me and gave it to me on Valentine's Day, and it has been really amazing. It's actually a hello, yeah. Whoop, I knocked it into the mic, but it responds to my voice. It's just so amazing. What's up, Marie? Good to see you. And I love clearing the space with it. So it's so easy to focus your attention on certain things like your breath. In this case, the sound of the bowl. And I turned off the noise cancellation on the microphone because I think that just allows you to hear a quick ding and then it goes away. So let me know how this sounds out there to you guys. I'm just going to clear the space. Welcome you guys to the space. Can you guys hear that ringing out? Just goes for so long. I could feel it in my hand. It's beautiful. Perfect tone. That's perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, this bowl can get really, really loud if I vibrate it. I don't think I want to do it. My neighbor's upstairs, but it gets so loud, and then I feel it vibrating in my hand like violently. It's amazing. Here it goes. Yeah, I don't want to do it too loud, but so I've just found by listening to the sound and thinking the thoughts that's clearing the air like sage, that's what it does. It really kind of sets the space the way I want it. So who's feeling nice and cozy? You guys feeling good? I'm feeling pretty good. What set the idea for me to hold space for myself was the experience that I had this weekend. Besides last night, the great event that I covered last night for work, I did an amazing event at the Middle Country Library in Selden, which is locally here on Long Island, called Dazzling Lights. Now, the event was actually me taking projectors. I had 4 projectors facing each wall of this huge auditorium room, to create an immersive experience using the 4 walls as my canvas and creating a presentation that the library had asked for that had to do with the history of Selden and the local towns around. Um, and It was such a great experience, and in so many ways, Ninja Kitty, thank you. I love that sound. It's calming. Um, I have really high picky ears. It's hard to find the perfect tone. And Helen said I had perfect tone. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad I hit that perfect tone for you, Angelo. Let's talk about how you're going to start your spiritual journey. Yeah. So anyway, back to the library. It was an awesome experience because I thought I needed help. I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone. I was looking for technical help with the projectors. I knew I could create some cool content to splash on the walls, but I didn't know if I could put it together technically. And Eric, my partner in the endeavor, Eric Herniak, he just kind of pushed me. He pushed me outside of my comfort zone, and not really in any negative way, just by kind of believing in me and allowing me to believe in myself. And it was again, it was such a rewarding experience. Let me share some photos from the experience. Let's see if I can put some in this tab here. Oh my goodness, I got so many windows open. Bear with me while I navigate this scenario. I think I put it in the wrong tab. Let's go back over here. Let's go back over here. Where is the tab I'm looking for? I'm looking for this live stream of consciousness tab. Here we go. There we go. So I'm going to share this with the stage. So, excuse me. Goodness. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. What does that mean? Somebody tell me. What's going on with my throat? Excuse me. I'm going to mute this. Wow. That was interesting. I got a real sharp itchiness in my throat, and it's still there. I'm going to turn off the noise and the echo now. And bear with me. Do I have cats? I did have a cat who passed probably 6 months ago. But that was very sudden. So bear with me while I take my breath. So what we're looking at here is the library wall that's being projected on. So what I did was in the room projected all the walls with library shelves. So it was like that's where we were starting our journey. And then we went on a time traveling journey through time to see the past and the town and get the history part of the presentation. And the walls came down and you were traveling in time. Excuse me. Allergy season. You have cats. Sorry about your kitty. Don't lick them. I am so sorry, folks. I have not experienced this live before where I was choking like this. So anyway, there's me, Eric, and the library staff, Tracy, who helped us so much. Just kind of there at the presentation. Let's see what this next one is. I've got to drop it in here to switch. It doesn't look like it's taking that one. Let's go to the video. No, it doesn't look like it's taking that one either. Why are these not dropping into my they're not dropping into my tab? Downloads. Why is it saying downloads? Oh, guys, I don't know what's going on right now with my production, with my body. Trying to hold space for myself. But here we go. Oh, okay. So is the image opening in another tab? It is. Okay, so let me remove that tab. Let me start another screen. I'm going to share my screen here, and it's going to be another tab. Nope, it's that one. It's not working. It was working earlier, and it's not working right now for some reason. It was allowing me to just kind of dump other images into the tab. Let's see if it allows me to do it. If it's a JPEG, I had some other art up here I was going to share. It does allow me to do it if it's a JPEG. I see what's going on. All right, guys, I'm going to come back down to earth and be here. Quiet Healer, are you in the studio? The Quiet Healer is not here with me, of course. That would be great. Perhaps my bowl drew someone to me. Interesting. I would love to know what the heck is going on with with all of this stuff. So anyway, so it does allow me to do JPEGs. It does not allow me to do images from my phone for some reason, or videos from my phone, which stinks because I had a cool video of some kids that were playing in the projections. And that was really the big thing. That was one of the big revelations of the weekend. Okay, so let me get back to why am I even talking about myself? Because I feel like society conditions us. And, not to get into conspiracy theory, by the way, please interact. Today would be great with you guys talking to me. So I feel like society conditions us to kind of forget who we are. Eric, who was with me, was watching the kids, and he's like, where do we lose that? They were looking at the walls. They were trying to catch the stars and all the things that were going on the walls. He said, where do we lose that? And I think it's part of conditioning. I think it's part of the school system. I think it's part of society. I think it's part of the way things are laid out. But I think we buy into it because it's comfortable. And I think part of what Eric said to me was, it was a quote by David Bowie, something about being right at the edge of your comfort zone, being, go outside of your comfort zone where you're just not comfortable and you're not really sure what's going to happen. And you got to kind of go with it. And that's where you grow. And I've always believed that. And I've always lived that way. It's just, I'm a victim of society. It's easier to go and be in my comfort zone than to push myself out of my comfort zone. But I feel so much more reward and I feel so much better when I push myself out of my comfort zone. This weekend was so rewarding. There was so much kind of anxiety, like, oh my God, I got to get it done and this and that. And it was so rewarding to just have so many people looking at the presentation and reacting to it. You know what I can do? I can go to my Facebook page. Let me set that up while I talk to you. I could go to my Facebook page, and I believe I posted some pictures there, and I can share that. So let's go to that, and I can share that post. I can also share. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. So we're going to do a little social media surfing right now, folks. Share my screen, share my window, share my Facebook. I'm going to share my Facebook with you. And we're going to start this all over. Yes, I do need some of that Brazilian honey. Oh my God. I love that Brazilian honey. Tim gave me some honey from Brazil. That was just so delicious. Every day I would have a couple spoonfuls of that. Helen is commenting, I love the kids playing in the room. I could totally identify. If I had been standing, my feet would have been tapping. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Helen said, I left my comfort zone to come and see you. That meant so much to me, Helen, that you were there, that you're usually not leaving your home, and that you came, and with your husband. It was great to see you guys. It was great to have the support. Thank you for coming. So back to me holding space for me. This is my great night last night. You could see how happy I am when I'm in my flow state, and I was working, and I was there with Walt Frazier, and that's Kenny from Kenny's Corner. He was holding the event. He's a sportscaster, and here Walt was signing some basketballs. And here they were doing their event. I was on camera. I was recording the audio, making sure everything was going good, doing what I do. And it was just such an amazing event, and opportunity to just do what I do, and be able to use that as an opportunity to make a living. Okay, so here we go. Here's a little bit of a video. The thing. Let's see if I turn it around. Here's Eric. This was at the end. Nobody was in the room, so I was walking around. Trying to inspire people to come in. See, okay, so here was a good. I love this projection, this part of the wall, so you can see there, kind of immersed the whole room in the video, and it was just really a lot of fun. And oh, here we go. So here's the kids. The kids were loving it. They were playing with the projections as they were bouncing on the walls. I couldn't be happier to watch this. Fascinated with the stars and the stuff that was going by. That shows a little bit. Oh, that's the conversation. Hear us talking about that conversation right there. What an honor! What a grateful guy I am to have the opportunity to have done this. Here's a little bit more video. This is a good video. You can see we had a nice crowd. They had to actually bring some more chairs in. Everybody's looking at the front of the room. At the front of the room, there's like a slideshow going on about the history of the town. It's just so great. This is what my favorite part of the presentation. The whole room is kind of vibrating in these bands of color. So that's kind of what I did with this presentation, and why I was like, oh, I have no guests, but I don't really usually talk about what I do. I'm a video and photography guy. You hear Todd at the beginning say I'm a creative producer, visual producer. I do photography. I do video stuff, video production. This is like, instead of recording stuff, this is projecting stuff. It's like the opposite, which is kind of cool. So that's a little bit of that. And there were some other things I wanted to share with you guys. Let me stop my screen for a second. Let me orient myself. Evelyn says, looks like fun. It was a lot of fun. Wiz, I see Wizard of Oz out there. Wiz is so many possibilities. Absolutely. Evelyn, welcome. Eveline. Hello, Michael, and all the beautiful souls. Maddie, may I have any messages from my loved one, please? So, Sacred Spiral Network. Thank you for reminding me to thank the Sacred Spiral Network. The Sacred Spiral Network is full of amazing psychic mediums and readers who do all these amazing shows where they give people readings, and a lot of people come to this show looking for reading. I am not a psychic medium, although sometimes I do have great readers on my show, great psychic mediums on my show. Today, I don't. I have myself. However, I don't tune into messages necessarily that way, Maddie. Messages from loved ones. But if you ask me something specific, I might tune into an answer. I am very intuitive. And you never know what might come to me from responding to the energy that you're giving me. One of the things I was going to talk about here in holding space for myself is the live stream of consciousness, which I'm going to get to in just a minute. And that is a show all about energy and how we're connected to source and how we're connected to each other. And how fascinated I am with that subject. That's what the live stream of consciousness is about. So today we're holding a colorful space. Yes, Eveline. And thank you, Sacred Spiral Network. I forgot. I veered off of that subject. So Kelly Brickle, the producer of many, many great shows. Thank you for always being there for me and allowing me to hold space for so many great guests. Last week, Roger Kabler was amazing. A few weeks ago, Minty May and Brian Lahr were here reading. It's just, I couldn't be more grateful for this journey. And what's cool is acknowledging my own role in creating those parts of the journey that allow me to do those things. That's what they talk about when they're talking about manifesting and kind of being your authentic self and being in a flow state. Those are the things that I think if we were more aware of, oh, that's what that is, and not just kind of let it happen and think, okay, I'm working or whatever, you got to be aware of that. Like I said, being in the flow state when I was working, last night in the city, I was working, but I was enjoying myself being me in the situation. I was playing my part in the movie. I was the video guy. And I stepped into that role, and it was awesome. So the next thing I wanted to share with you guys is kind of like who I am and where I was before I started doing these shows. And that is, I was just kind of an artist, right? A visual artist. So I'm going to show you guys can barely speak tonight. I'm going to show you guys my website. I have probably showed it before, but this is my website, Photosynthesis. So my last name is Zinn, right? I'm Michael Zinn. I love play on words. I love using words in a creative way that makes you think. And photosynthesis came from a buddy of mine who I was working with. I used to do flash animations for websites like intros and all these cool animations that would take a visual layout and build it on screen. So you'd kind of see all the elements come together, and now you have a website. And one day he gave me a layout for a website, and he said, here you go, synthesize this. And what he was saying was he wanted me to use my artistic powers of Zinn and animate this, layout that he gave me into a landing page and do my thing. And I loved that so much when he said synthesize this, and I remembered it. And as I started working and I started doing some photo stuff and photo manipulation, I came up with the term photosynthesis. which is in my head changing the energy, synthesizing photosynthesis, synthesizing the energy of an image, and creating a piece of art out of it. That's where photosynthesis came from, the word, the term. I love it. I think you're channeling your path. Angelo says, I think channeling is my path. What do I think, Dr. Zinn? I agree with you, Angelo. I think I am channeling right now as we speak. Everybody, channeling is not as specific as connecting to an entity and allowing it to speak through you. I think I'm channeling my own higher authentic self, my own higher aspect of myself. I think that's what's happening. And yeah, man, I've got to figure out how to kind of capitalize on that and make it work for me more. Although it is working for me, is it not? I am talking to all of you guys and holding space and holding court in a way, not through my ego, but just like, being here and sharing my energy with you guys and loving you guys for being here. And Jessica Robinson is out there. I love that as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Eva, welcome. Eva Innocentia Matabane. May I please have a reading? So I was explaining, I'm not really a reader, although if you have a specific question, I may tune into your energy. I may get something from more than that. May I have a reading? Z, Auntie Dusty. What's up, Auntie Dusty? Good to see you. So anyway, I know I'm all over the place tonight because I'm holding space for myself. And I didn't really have a plan other than to host a party. And I love all you guys that are here. Everybody say hello. If you're in the chat, hashtag hello. That will help the algorithm attract more people to this party. Isn't channeling, for some, tapping into wisdom consciously, which you were previously unaware of? Yes, absolutely. Channeling for some is tapping into wisdom that you were unaware you knew, saying some words in another language, that you don't really know what it means, but energetically you feel it and it comes out. That's kind of what light language is. That's one definition of channeling. I think that's what's going on right now. I think in the world where people are becoming more aware of themselves and their energy. Let me remove this and I'll share it in a minute. But I think we're going through this shift in humanity, right? This awareness age, the age of Aquarius, all of these terms that they have for it. I just feel it. I don't really put a label on it. But I think everybody's becoming more aware of their abilities to be more accountable for their own energy. I think everybody's on autopilot. Not everybody, but a lot of people are on autopilot. It's a comfort zone. It's a comfortable place to be. That's it. And Eva Innocentia, I think I am connecting with you right now with what I'm saying, right? And that is, I don't know what you do, but I think maybe you need to start taking a step back and being more aware. Feel into that awareness, feel into the idea that you are a spiritual energy having a human experience, right? You're here in 3 dimensions. You have to wake up every day, you have to deal with it, but there's something inside of you that's very powerful that controls that entity, right? Like you're the one with the VR headset on. Donald Hoffman always talks about the VR headset. You're the one with the headset on. And I think, once we start to connect with the idea that we're in control, I think it gets easier. It gets easier to not be as susceptible to the fear. I don't love talking about the fear, but like not be susceptible to the things that control you, that put you on autopilot. You know what I mean? That letting go, being that inner child, oh my goodness. Popo. I've got to talk about Popo and Popo's dad. So Popo is this Chinese tattoo artist that I work for. He's amazing. He is such an amazing, amazing fine artist. And he's so creative and talented. Well, his father is here from China. It doesn't speak English at all, and we love each other. He's a photographer. He's an artist. He came to the projector thing, and he was walking around with his camera, making shadows on the wall, videotaping himself, having such a blast. Amazing. It was so amazing to see. And I see everybody saying hello, hello, hello. You guys, thank you for participating with me. Anyway, back to Eva. I'm feeling lost or stuck. First of all, understand that a lot of us are feeling lost and stuck. I'm feeling lost and stuck. The energy that is around us right now in the world is there to make you feel lost and stuck. That's what you're supposed to feel, so that you unstick yourself, so that you unlost yourself, unlose yourself, you find yourself. I think that's what it is. Eva, what do you like to do? Do you play music? Do you paint? Do you what's your creative connection? That's what it is, right? The connection to creativity and source. So Eva, let's work through this. Let's work through you feeling lost and stuck and me trying to hone in on my intuitive powers. Okay, tell me what it is that you like to do. Tell me what makes you happy. Do you like listening to music? Do you like playing music? Do you like writing? Do you like dancing? What do you like to do that is creative energy? I play recorder and violin. Ah, here we go. Violin. Now we're getting somewhere. Do you miss it? Have you not been doing it? Is it something that look at that. Right as I'm saying that, this chat comes in, not been playing lately. You know what? I get it. I totally get it, because I am 50 something years old, 50 plus, let's put it that way, right? And when I was 20, I used to play in a band. I played in bands a long time, probably till I was in my late 30s, early 40s. And then I just kind of stopped. I felt, well, I'm getting old. It was just a hobby. I wasn't really making money at it. But man, I loved it. I loved playing music so much. And I recently got back into a band. That was part of one of the things I was going to talk about. I'm going to show you guys my band website and some of the music that I'm involved in. It feels so good to be doing that and get in the flow state. And that's one of the things I realized as I got older and started just exploring spirituality, was like, oh, that's what I was feeling when I was 20 in the basement with all of my friends playing music. And it was like, I remember describing it as, it's like a dance. It's like a conversation, that's flowing when you're playing music. So I knew what the flow state was, but I just didn't make the connection on how important it was. And that's it, how important it was. That's it. It's important. So don't worry about being in stuck mode. I've been in stuck mode, but even through stuck mode, I do this show. I do the live stream of consciousness, because I feel like it's something that draws me and gives me power and energy and the ability to be present in the moment. Yes, that's an important thing. Are you here right now, present in the moment? I mean, that's the important thing. You intentionally are watching me, and you're here and you're listening and you're looking for something. Type in hashtag present if you are present. Type in hashtag present. Let's tickle that boop out of the algorithm, the heck out of the algorithm. Let's tickle it tonight a bunch of times. Angelo, I'm not going to get into it. The Orange Man has disrupted our time. I don't think it's just the Orange Man. I think it's the current time. I think it's a lot of things that are happening in the timeline. You feel like you're waiting for something to happen. Welcome to my life. Since I am probably 13 years old, I have been waiting for the mothership, right? So here I am at 13 years old, watching whatever was going on at the time in the world. It was some sort of conflict. It was some sort of division. It was some sort of thing with the countries. It was this evident energy to a 13-year-old that we weren't all working together as a human race, that there was something that was dividing us, and it didn't feel right to me as a 13-year-old. So as a 13-year-old, I was waiting for the mothership. I said, the only thing that will possibly unite us as a human race is for a huge mothership to present itself over New York City, Independence Day, right? The movie, to present itself and then make us all realize, holy crap, we're not alone in this universe. We're a human race. We are a planet of beings. All of us are on this planet together. We need to work together. 13 years old. That's what I believed. That was my spirituality. I didn't know that it was a spiritual thing, but that's what it was. I knew that humanity needed to ascend, to unite. So again, welcome to Holding Space. Let's unite. Let's all be loving. Courtney, welcome. Let's celestial contact. Yes. I think we're living in an amazing time. I could focus on the orange man and politics and all of that stuff, but I don't. I'm focused on, what do they discover under the pyramids that says, oh my God, was that an energy source? Did we know how to use the planet as a battery way back then? Like, that's technology, right? I mean, it's crazy. So, wow, I understand you now. Yes, Eva, thank you so much for that validation, right? That was not a spiritual reading from, a past loved one. That was just tapping into the energy of all of us as human beings and how we can exist with less effort, right? It seems like so much effort to exist. We can exist with less effort. We can be more connected to each other. We can help each other. We can be authentic. We could be passionate about what it is that we love. I love you more now. Oh, thank you so much. We need to see the bigger picture. I talk about that all the time, Courtney. We all have a little puzzle piece, and we all need to see who we fit with to get a little bit more of that picture, right? As we make friends, as we have relationships, we see a little bit more of the picture. We become part of the picture more. It's amazing to me to remember myself, 15 years ago, being very antisocial, not liking people at all. I didn't look at people nicely, right? I was like, man, this is a good story. I've told it before. 95% of the people that I meet are morons. They have no clue what it means to be a human being on a planet with other human beings, and to be courteous and to be compassionate. That's what I felt. I was like, 95% of the people that I met, I discounted immediately, because I was like, you're a moron. And that's what I got. You know what I mean? That's what I got. And I realized that I was responsible for that. I wasn't responsible for people being morons. I wasn't responsible for that, but I was responsible for attracting that. And I was responsible for focusing on that aspect of people. And once I started to kind of get with a more spiritual crowd, I guess that you could call it a spiritual journey. There was so much more love and connection happening, and it was just so much more pleasant. And I could participate just by being pleasant, just by being me, just by wanting to be there. And that's what I found is the key. That's what the key is. That's who I am. That's who we're talking to. That's what we're holding space for. I never had that experience in person with anyone. What did I say? I forgot what I said. Which experience are you talking about, Helen? I think it's really important, for us to take a look at what ego is, right? Ego, it's not about destroying ego or losing ego, right? I think that's part of this journey, is to be the individual expression that you are, to be that perspective that you are. When I say ego, I mean to think that your expression is more important than any other expression. to think that your expression is more special. Um, to uh, I got distracted because I saw Helen's comment on what it was she was commenting. People that I met were morons. So Helen, I never had that experience in person with anyone. You never met someone and felt like they were a moron. That is a good reflection on you. Um, I think that that really says a lot about you, because I think that we are all reflections of each other. That was something amazing for me. That was an amazing realization, to start to look around and see my reflection in other people. Um, that was like a beautiful elevation in awareness, right? It's a moment of, oh, wait a second. I think I understand a little bit more how this is working. I just always got excited meeting people. That's awesome, Helen. I wish I always did, but you know what? I also am glad for the experience of judgment, because I'm all about not judging people now. I'm all about it. I like when I feel like I'm judging someone, I get upset at myself. I'm like, ooh, why am I judging that person? So uh, you know, I, you know, it's all good. It's all about the experience, right? And what's up, Tanya? Good to see you. Hi, all blessings. The collective, people with like minds. Yes. And the thing here about the collective, Angelo, is it's also people without like minds, right? It's being able to love and accept the people who aren't thinking like you, right? That's why I don't get into that orange man stuff. Like, oh, you like the orange man. You know what? That just kind of makes me feel sad, right? And I don't want to get into what my beliefs are, but like, whatever. I'm not going to get angry at somebody for what their beliefs are. I'll just kind of feel a little bit sad if I feel like they're following something that I don't feel that I agree with. But certainly, I allow it. Right? There's room for it. There's reason for it. I think that's what's happening. Crick, what's happening? Thanks for holding space for yourself. Such a great example. I loved hearing about you. Thank you. I haven't even begun. It's 9:43, and I've just been rambling and rambling and rambling. Let's get back to holding space for me. Thanks for reminding me. So yes, I do photography, video, graphic design, websites, and branding. Let's look at my photography in just a minute. But one of the things that's really cool, I want to watch this. I probably should open this up in a new tab and share that tab. Let's do that, because then you'll be able to hear the sound. Copy this whole. I'm going to rewind this. I am going to remove this, and now I'm going to share a new tab, just so you guys know exactly what my process is here. I'm sharing YouTube now. So this is a young artist who I worked with. Her name is Cyrena. She's beautiful. She was 19 at the time. I was doing projection. I was projection images onto people and taking pictures. It was a photography thing that I was doing, and she had a song and she needed a video, and she came over. I did this in my living room. I set up a black space. I set up my projector, and we did this. Enjoy. Please tell me if the audio sounds all right. You should be able to hear the audio. Let's enjoy a little music. Amazing song by Cyrena, but this is my visual interpretation, my visual artwork.
If looks could kill, babe, I'd be dead at your feet. You're already killing me. I'm dead at your feet. Can't stop staring at you, baby. You make it so easy. Oh, bad news, but I can't get it through my head. If looks could kill, baby, be dead at your feet. You're already killing me. I'm dead at your feet.
What do you guys think? Isn't that
Feels
amazing?
like I'm falling,
Such an amazing
falling
siren-like
too
voice.
deep
Coincidence? I think not.
into those eyes,
Pleasure to work with.
those beautiful green. And I should give up, but I just can't stop loving you. 'Cause look at you, if looks could kill, then maybe be dead at your feet. You're already killing me. I'm dead at your feet.
Such a fun project. So I don't know if I seem to have lost you guys, but
I just can't help but
Mark.
feel like I'm not.
just all mesmerized. There we go. So that was one of the things I did with my video stuff. Let me remove that and let me share another tab here. Where was I going with this? There was a bunch of different things I was sharing. Let's go back to photosynthesis. What do you guys think? Irina, 19 years old at the time. I think she's about 25 right now. I did that about 5 or 6 years ago. Let's go back to sharing this page. So this came from a project that I was doing where I was using a projector to project images and lines and graphics onto a model and take a photo. And this is another example. This is an early piece from the projector project. Let's see here. We've got another cool piece here. I started picking images that I thought were interesting, and I didn't even realize I was choosing like sacred geometry images and stuff like that until afterwards. This one I did intentionally, but this image I did not even realize that I had chosen this flower of life image. And then what I did was I took it back into Photoshop, and the image that I was using to project onto the model, I put it back into the image kind of as a background. And that's what you're looking at there. She sounds amazing. Thank you, Ninja Kitty. She does. She's got such an amazing voice. And so that's another image from the projector project. Here's another great portrait, kind of Blade Runner like. I thought it was kind of good emergence of technology and photography. This image, I started playing around with images like this because I thought they were they had kind of this interesting primitive feel to them, right? It almost felt like some sort of native artwork, right? Some sort of face painting, war paint, or you know, just some sort of primitive tribal thing. And the concept, to me, suddenly I was like, oh my goodness, I'm projecting technology onto a body, and it was there were layers of this project that were about what you project to other people, your personality, what you want people to see, and then society projecting onto you what they want you to be. Tribal, that was the word I was looking for. Thank you, Pat Pauser. Thank you for that. The tribal look, yeah. So I was playing with the tribal look for a little bit. There's another couple of these that are pretty cool. Let me go through some of these images and share my artwork that never really gets seen. This was just kind of some lines. I loved the way that the contour, the images contour on the face, right? So I love the way that this line would contour around the nose. You'd see these different things happening. I loved seeing the pixels of the projector, this grid, because that also has this contour. Look at her cheek here. That's a grid. That's supposed to be a grid, but you can see it's got like a three-dimensional contour on her face. I really loved doing this, and I do occasionally get back to it, but not really all the time. Here's another great image of a local performer, and just kind of more sacred geometries. Bernadette, I paint. I love your work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Creativity is the answer to one of the questions we had earlier. Who was it? Eva was talking about, feeling stuck. And I just said, look into your own creativity, what it is. And it doesn't have to be artwork. It could be reading, it could be writing, it could be arithmetic, it could be cooking, it could be, it could be massage. But whatever it is that comes out of you that feels good, I suggest you check that out. Here is another one of the same performer. This is also Kate Van Dorn, local Long Island performer. Again, just loving this work. There was some a figure out aspect to it, a figure study aspect to it. So I apologize to Kelly if any of these images are a little risque for the Sacred Spiral Network. I'm hoping to limit it to images that are safe. I am going to limit to images that are safe, but this one's pushing it a little bit. It's more about figure study, but it's also got this tribal feel to it. So I just loved studying these things. Here's another one with a tribal feel to it. This almost has a tribal tattoo feel to it, and again you see the great the grid from the projector on the face. I just love the way these images look. This was a lot of fun, this project. Again, here we go. Apologies in advance to the Sacred Spiral Network if it's a little risque, but again, just such a cool image. I've been wanting to print these really large and have a gallery, and I think I may be able to do that now that I'm working with this guy Eric, who has some large print material. These are a little too much. I can't show you these. Let me get to some more that I can show you. Here we go. Here's one of the original images that was always one of my favorites. This is a girl who was an intern at my photo studio when I had a photo studio. And this was just lines, just pink lines. And it's just, I just love, again, I love the contours on the arms and the legs and just like how everything works. Let's see what else we got before we move on from the projector project. I know I had one that was pretty cool that I took an image. I took a photo of one of the models and then I projected the photo back on to her. Which was pretty cool. If I can find it, where might that be? I'm looking. Bear with me, guys. I know I might be able to find it, but and then we got into the Human Dollar series, which was another interesting aspect. So this image right here was one of the original Human Dollars, but I would take an image. And then I would flip it around in symmetry, and I would create what I was calling a human dollar, which is basically a mandala-like image, but there's a human in there creating it. I definitely love to try your artwork. Is it affordable? I'm on a broke income. Bernadette, I will message you. Where can I talk to you after that? I would love to have my artwork at someone's place that would love to have it. So I'll work out a deal with you for sure. If you just want to get in touch with me personally. And oh my God, we are almost at 10 o'clock. So I haven't even really started. Love the gold. Thank you, Pat. Hat Powser. Sorry. But the human dollar, image. This was the original image. You can see there's Janice. She's sitting in kind of like a meditation pose, and has the sacred artwork, sacred geometry artwork on her. Here's another version of that with a little bit of. And there's an image of her. These are really big files. There's an image of her with the galaxy being projected on her, and she's holding a moon. And this one's really big, so it's going to take a second to load in. I gave her this light up little moon, and we decided to use it as a prop in the photography. And here we go. As it's loading in, you'll see, it's kind of cool that it's loading in so slowly, and you get to see it revealed. But look at the way that center part came together. It's like so perfectly symmetrical, and it's got like this three-dimensional quality to it, right? It's like got this. Let me zoom in. Hold on a second. I hit zoom. It's maybe doing it. No, it's just not handling it. Oh, it zoomed in way too much. Let me zoom back out. It's going to take a minute to do that. But anyway, there you have it as far as the human dollars go. Here's another human dollar, also very big image, but there you could see that one's a little bit more colorful. You could see more of the human form in there. I was playing around with lots of different ideas as I was doing these artworks. Here's one with a face in it. I was using a grid on the face. Oh, here's a great example of a before and after human dollar. So here on the bottom right is the image of Elena that I shot, and then on the top left is the mandala. So that's the same image spun around 8 times and kind of made into a human dollar. Amazing, Michael. Thank you. Courtney, love it. Thank you. I love the ones with Janice. Thank you, Helen. Great. I love the comments. Thank you. I've been missing the comments. Wow, I love it. Keep doing those quick. Thank you guys. Thank you for the encouragement. That means a lot. That's why I was holding space for myself tonight. These are so big. But I think there's a couple more I want to share with you, a couple more things I want to share with you. Maybe I'll close with some music. That one I call Feet Dala. That one's just the feet. Here's Julie, who was a dancer. These were the Fire Flower series, because this to me looked like a flower. I just loved, I love doing this stuff. There's nothing like creativity. Just doing stuff and creating stuff and just loving it. I'll give you one more fire flower. This I think is a same image that you just saw, but just less iterations of it. So again, here you see me experimenting with some different stuff. So there you go. And let's go to one more thing. I'm going to share one more thing with you guys before I wrap this up. And that's going to be my YouTube page. So some videos that I do and stuff like that. Let me find stop the screen, present, share the screen, Michael Zinn YouTube. So here we go. Here's my YouTube also share tab audio. Okay, so here's my YouTube page, photosynthesis, and here is some of the stuff that I do. There's some videos, music videos that I make, music videos for musicians. I've been playing with AI. I think I showed some of that. I'm going to show some of that in a second. I used to tape videos. I had video camera with me everywhere I went. When I went to the Rolling Rock Fair in I've got Incubus's whole set. I was able to get a in because my friend was actually playing at the show as one of the warm-up acts. But this is something I posted 3 years ago. It's got 7,000 views. People are finding it just because it says Incubus, and it's pretty cool. You can actually hear it like Incubus, check it out on my YouTube channel. Let's go back here. And I wanted to just show something like this, which is some fun stuff that I do playing with AI. Let's go here. Oh, and the volume is off. So let's put the volume back on and start it again. So this is all created with AI, the music, the visuals, except the words.
Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away, on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Come and play, everything's A-okay. Friendly neighbors, and that's where we meet.
So, yes, there you have it. My mashup of my early childhood, Sesame Street, and my adolescence, heavy metal, Muppets, all of that stuff. Having a lot of fun playing with AI. And let's see if there's anything else here I wanted to share with you. Yes, of course, there is the band that I'm in now, which is called Pride Before the Fall. Amazing band. Let's go to that YouTube channel. Oh, before I do that, there's a video I made. So I also love playing with AI music, and it inspires me to write words, right? So I write words and it gives me some sorts of songs sometimes. That's my Suno page. But it inspires me to then make visuals. So, I think, again, creativity. I think that's the theme of today's show. So here's something I did. And the idea, so the thought that I was having when I did this, it's after 10. I'm going to sign off in a minute, guys. But the idea that I can have a thought, right? And I can write it down on a piece of paper and give it to someone, and they can experience that thought just because I had it and I put it on paper, and now it exists. That idea is what inspired this.
How is it even possible to convey a thought to words, leaving an indelible mark on existence that others can experience? Who has the answer?
So simple thought experiments like that are just ways that I create. Have you seen drummer El Estepario Sabirio? He's Animal from the Muppets Come to Life. I have not seen him, but I have seen drummers like that, and I love watching them. It's great. And Ninja Kitty says, I'll never listen to the Sesame Street theme again. So much fun, even for Autism Awareness Month. Let's be aware of autism for the month. That's awesome. I actually am connected to autism. I have so many autistic people in my life, and I feel like autism is actually a gift of sensory perception that is beyond normal perception. And it's just very interesting. Check out the telepathy tapes. Absolutely. The telepathy tapes. Insane. Things are on the rise, folks. Ooh, I love this ending. We're coming to an ending. I'm going to stop holding space for myself. I'm going to hold space for the collective, for where we are as a human race. I love it. Things are happening. Tap into it. Tap into whatever it is that is you. Tap into it. This is me, and you guys have all tapped into it for an hour, and I cannot tell you how much that means to me, right? It energizes me. It makes me feel like so valid, like, oh, there's a reason I'm here. People like me. Like, what's that guy, Stuart Smalley, I'm okay and people like me. Or autism and neurodivergence is ever present for me. Yes. I'm playing that for my granddaughter. She's going to love it. Thank you. Play it for all your friends. Play it for all your friends. Heck, I think you're getting to the point where you don't even have to write it. About 3 weeks ago, a homeless guy read my mind. There you go. I think we are at this amazing place in humanity that just let it go. Just let it happen. Let it happen. Because why? Because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you, people like me. That's why I love that. What a great attitude to have, Hat Powser. I do have that attitude, and I think I'm still on this path of I do a Thursday on the live stream of consciousness. I'm showing a pre-recorded episode I shot at Titan Studios with Robin Joy Landau, all about Marconics. So I had an interview with her at the Empowered Path Expo when we did a live broadcast from the Empowered Path Expo, and I just got to meet her, and she said, "Hey, I want to do a more in-depth interview." I had her at my studio. We recorded a great episode. That's going to be on Thursday. Marconics is an energy theory about certain energies that have come to this planet to help us. They're cosmic energies. They are. It's cool. You got to check it out. I mean, it's like all of these different things that are going on. You can't just be covered in one. You got to dip into all of them. You got to taste them all. You've got to experience everything that is coming your way with an open heart, an open mind, and then you've got to process it and respond to it out of love. That's my closing thoughts for today. Right? I tried to hold space for myself. I went all over the place, but my closing thoughts are respond out of love. Don't give in to the fear and the anger and the division that you're being sold. Okay? Don't buy it. Just don't freaking buy it. Like, love thy neighbor. We're all in this together. Free hugs. All of these things. All of these things. Think these good things. I don't know if any of you guys have any parting thoughts for each other, but thank you so much for gathering in this virtual room, this space that I hold. Let's end. I think I've got to turn off the. See, if I do it now, it's gonna you won't hear it right. Right, sound disappears because of the mic settings. Hold on, let me change my audio. The reduce noise, and then this way I can play you guys out with some singing bowls. Again, this bowl, watch this, check this out. Do you hear that? Do you hear it responding to my voice? Hello. Hello. I love this bowl. Thank you guys for being here so much. And hopefully you'll come back and we'll be here again around this digital fire, right? This screen that it becomes our digital fire that we're all sitting around. Thank you guys for being here. I will talk to you later. Do I have my end credits? Here we go.